So today, many SaaS applications are being built using many different LLMs or large language models. And the most popular, as you know, might be ChatGPT. And most of these LLMs, they have APIs that we can use to develop our own applications, our own SaaS products. But the problem is that most of them are not open sourced or are not free. So today I will show you how you can use the Gemini API, which is provided by Google, and it is one of, to date, one of the best large language models, and also it has an amazing free tier. So we're gonna be looking at how we can uh, work with the Gemini API using JavaScript and create uh, or access our own uh, ch chat model or our own AI through its API. So first of all, we need a folder, and I've created a folder here. If I type ls, you see it's empty. So we're going to be starting from scratch. So the first thing we need is a JavaScript file. Actually, let's just npm init-y. This should set up our project. Second thing, we need to a JavaScript file. So main.js. Okay. Third, we have to install the API. Okay, so we just type npm install or I at Google/generative AI. So this is the API that Gemini uses, and this is the API that we'll be using to access Gemini. Now that we have installed this, we can simply node-mon, can say node-mon main.js, and when it's runs, you can see that it's empty because we just created it. Let's work on it right here. So the first thing you want to do is something that I didn't show you. You have to go to the website of the Gemini API and you have to get an API key. Then after that, you can just say export API key equals something and click enter. So I've already done that, so I have my API key. I can't show you obviously, but you have to do that and come back. Okay, let's go back to the main.js file. Just to test that it's working, let's just console.log. Hello. Let's save. Yes, it's working. So now let's start working with the API. So the first thing we want to do is actually we don't want to use a JavaScript file here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quit out of here and I'm gonna move or rename this main.js to be main.mjs. The reason we're doing this is because first we have uh, to we with module JavaScript files we can use import instead of required, which is a better way. And as my knowledge, it is a better way to do things. The second thing is that we can use top level awaits. So we're going to be using some async awaits, and instead of creating functions to do that, we can just do it at the top level. So that's why we would want to use MJS or modular JavaScript files. Okay, so let's continue and let's rerun this. Like let's say node1 no main.mjs. So you can see it's running. If we console.log hello, you can see that it's working. Okay, so the first thing we want to do now is we want to first of all we want to import the we want to import the API or the from the generative AI. We have to import it to our file. So what are the ways of doing that? First of all, first of all, we just need to do sorry import, and we have to destructure Google generative AI from the package name we just installed. So it's at Google / generative AI. So just save. You can see it's working. So now after we have imported it to our app, we have to create a new instance of the generative AI. So let's call it Gen AI, and let's say new Google gen sorry generative AI. Then we have to import our API key, and if you have set up the API key in your environment variables, you can say process.env.api_key. So now save, still working. Okay, the third thing is we want to tell Google, the app, what kind of model we want to use. So let's say model, because even Gemini has different models, and some models are paid and some are free. Today we're going to be using the free version of Gemini 1.5 Flash. So just say that Gen AI dot get generative model, and we want to just describe the model as Gemini, sorry spelling, Gemini 1.5 Flash. So this is the model we'll be using, which is free, and while it might not have access to real-time data, it's most probably all you need for now. And you can also fine tune it as you can. It has an API for fine tuning. You can also use the GUI provided in the Gemini Studio. So finally, that we have everything working, we finally can just prompt the AI, or we can now use it. So let's say prompt equals. So what do you want to prompt? Let's say um, what are the most popular programming languages? Let's just say this is our prompt, and we can finally we can get the result of this prompt by saying result equals await. You see, here's why we used MJS files, because we want to use top level awaits. Now we don't need an async function for this. You can just say await, and from the model I want to generate content, and we want to pass in our prompt. Finally, if all works, okay, so it generates context not okay, sorry, it's not context, it's content. It's model.generate content here. So the app is back to working. So now let's just console.log the result itself. Let's see. So the result itself is, let's just clear and restart it on main.js. Okay, we get an error saying module not found. Okay, let's just node mon main.mjs instead of js. Okay, so it seems like we're not getting the result. That is because maybe let's await it, and also here I believe it should be an array. So the reason this is an array is because the first part is a prompt, and the second part is, for example, if you want to respond with an image. So as you can see, it's working, and we are getting a response back. So you can see this the response object, and it has many layers, so we're not actually seeing the actual result. And in order for us, if we want to see the result, uh, Actually, we don't need this await, I believe. We can simply say response result dot response, then dot text. Let's just save it and wait a bit for the answer because it has to call the API. Now that you can see we have the result here. So it says it's tricky to definitely say which programming language are the most popular because popular. So you can see that it is giving us a good result, uh, and we are actually officially working with the API, and we have access to it within our code. So we can now go on and create many SaaSes if you want. You can integrate this into your chatbot if you're building like an application or a landing page and you want customer support, bot customer support. The the capabilities are limitless. So thanks for watching. I really hope you learned something from this. Yeah, until the next time we meet. Bye.